There's a lot of major investors all across the financial markets who want to invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but they keep saying, I need regulatory clarity in order to actually start to allocate capital to this new industry. Now, one of the questions is, will these assets fall under securities law or will they be treated as commodities? Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, was on CNBC this morning, and he explicitly stated that Bitcoin, and only Bitcoin, is the only asset that he is willing to clearly state is not a security. Bitcoin is a commodity. And ultimately, what that means is that Bitcoin has regulatory clarity. As we see more and more investors start to wrap their heads around this, we should see more of them get comfortable allocating capital to the Bitcoin industry. Now that leaves the other 20,000 coins out there that have been created. What is going to happen to them? Are they securities or are they not? Gary had a lot to say about them as well. Here's the clip from this morning on CNBC.
You have been adamant that there should be some degree of coordination with the CFTC and you about trying to make it so that we have more clarity, let's say, on cryptocurrency. Where's the state of play crypto right now?
Look, this is a highly speculative asset class. We've known this for a long time. The ups and downs of this speculative asset class, Bitcoin, and hundreds of other tokens. And many of these tokens offer the investing public, or the investing public is hoping, I should say, hoping for a return. Just like when they invest in other financial assets we call securities. And many of these financial assets, crypto financial assets, have the key attributes of a security. So some of them, they're under the Securities and Exchange Commission. Some, like Bitcoin, and that's the only one, Jim, I'm going to say, my predecessors and others have said they're a commodity. And right now you have hundreds, if not thousands, of these crypto tokens that have the basic attributes of raising money from the public and having a group of entrepreneurs that you might have on your show saying, come hither. We've got a good idea for you. And that's okay in America if you comply with the laws. And we've got, unfortunately, a lot of projects that are non-compliant.
So as you can see here, it's very clear in the minds of the SEC chairman. Bitcoin is not a security. It is a commodity. All of the other coins, according to him, majority of them actually are securities. They're acting like securities, and therefore they should be ruled under securities law. Now, that means that there's a lot of people who issued these securities and didn't register them that probably are trying to figure out what they should do now. It also means that a lot of investors were told you're buying something that's not a security. And now all of a sudden, that may actually not have been true. But at the end of the day, regulatory clarity is really important. Just remember that clarity does not mean you get the ruling that you want. It simply means that there's clarity, that everyone is told what the rules are and everyone agrees to abide by those rules. And so Bitcoin being out in front, being the most decentralized digital currency, making sure that there is regulatory clarity, that the SEC, the CFTC, and others all agreeing Bitcoin is not a security. And as CZ, the CEO and founder of Binance, told me on Twitter this morning, there's not a single jurisdiction in the world that I or him are aware of where Bitcoin is classified as a security. Everyone believes that it is a commodity. And that means that regulatory clarity should give confidence to investors who want to allocate to the space. Now, there's a whole bunch of other factors, everything from the macro environment to the Federal Reserve monetary policy that would either encourage or deter participation in the Bitcoin industry. But when you look at the regulatory front, the clarity that is being provided now is an important step to more and more investors, especially financial institutions, public corporations, and eventually nation states getting comfortable with the asset and gaining some sort of exposure to it. Make sure that you do your own research whenever you're actually looking at assets, especially in the crypto industry. But here it is, clear from the SEC chairman. Bitcoin is not a security, it's a commodity. And that ends up probably being a very big tailwind for the most decentralized digital currency in the world. Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and see you next time.